Hey, Redcasters, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Go Big Red.
Welcome to the Go Big Redcast, the Husker Fan Sports Show.
Welcome to the Go Big Redcast. I'm Redcast Rob, and you know what? I had nothing going on this afternoon. I assume that most Husker fans, there's nothing important going on, or maybe there is. I'm going to be watching the Selection Sunday show here, and I just thought it'd be kind of fun to go online, come on live, and just talk a little bit about some of the selections that the committee is making, some of the seedings, and then of course, once Nebraska finally knows their seed and who we're going to be playing, we can talk a little bit about that. I think I'm going to do something a little bit, and that is I am going to post a link to the show in the comments. And if anybody wants to join in, of course, now it's not letting me, but if anybody wants to join in and, come in, maybe talk a little bit about Husker basketball. We can talk a little Husker baseball while all of it's going on. I'd be more than happy to let you into the show and see what's going on. So if you want to post any questions while we're on here, that would be great too. And yeah, Omaha, that's right. We are hoping for an Omaha placement on here. As we know, the Huskers lost to Illinois yesterday. We don't need to talk too much about that. I think there's been plenty of Twitter talk here. And, it looks like they're going to start getting into the regions already. And it looks like UConn is going to be the overall number one seed with Stetson going to be the team that they're playing there. And I'm not going to be staring too much at the screen here, but, again, looking at the East region here, obviously UConn, the team to beat this year, defending champions, 3 losses overall. So, I know this is riveting content that we've got going on here, but I'm just kind of waiting to see if you guys have any questions or if you just want to join me. Baseball right now has been just kind of going nuts. They're on a tear. They swept Nicholls State this weekend. Today, at one point, I believe that they were somewhere with like 10 hits and 9 runs scored. And I know that they scored more than that here in the end. And I had to turn off the TV. Obviously, I had to get stuff done around the house just so I could get away from the family for a little bit. It's looking too like San Diego State and UAB are, oh man, there's already going to be Northwestern is in too. So there's one of your Big Ten teams. If Northwestern is in, then I guess we're really not going to have to worry about. Oh no, that's Northeast. Oh yeah, it is Northwestern. My glasses, I need a new prescription. So I apologize for that. Again, if anybody's interested in joining or coming on, go ahead and use the link that I posted in the comments. You can click on here. I'll let you into the room. We can talk a little bit about a Husker men's basketball. I think Boomer's going to be joining me. I know Honky and Dave are out doing some stuff this afternoon, so they're not going to be able to join right now. And obviously, we're not going to be in the East region, I don't think so. What's going on, Greg? Yeah, if you want to join me, man, click on the link. Come on in. Yeah, Northwestern being at a 9 seed is definitely going to put NU at least like an 8 or a 7 seed. Illinois, Big Ten champions. Congratulations to them. I mean, they earned it. They're the 3 seed in the East, so they can stay close to home. They're actually going to be playing in Omaha too. So a Big Ten team coming to Omaha, BYU and Duquesne coming to Omaha. So there you go. Those will be your Thursday games, which it's looking like then that means the Nebraska is probably going to end up as a Friday game with 2 Big East teams playing on. So, just remember that these are the Thursday games with the East region. being put up here. So Washington State at a 7 seed too, which is 24-9. They're a tough out too. I just want to tell you, and it's kind of cool. There's a guy on Washington State who is a transfer from my alma mater, Sonoma State University in Northern California, D2 school. He transferred there, and he's actually probably one of the best players in the Pac-12 this year. Just a little bit of Redcast Rob knowledge going on there. So again, link in the comments here for if you wanted to just go ahead, click on that and join in. I'd love to have you come on the show and talk some basketball with me. Iowa State is a 2 seed. So that opens up one of the 1 seeds. They were thought to maybe be on the line for a 1 seed for a little bit there, winning the Big 12 tournament, but playing South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits. I don't know why that name always makes me laugh a little bit. How's everyone else feeling? I mean, we got 178 people watching right now, and no questions, comments where you think Nebraska is going to end up. Yeah, I think the East region too, with UConn being the number 1 overall seed, that East region, everyone says, oh, it should be a cakewalk for UConn going through there. But I'll be honest with you, there's going to be some tough outs for them there with Illinois, Washington State, Iowa State. Even BYU is a tough team this year. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, me too, Greg. I am glad that Nebraska is not in UConn's bracket. That is for sure. My biggest fear is they end up in Arizona's bracket, and then they end up having to play Arizona. And oh man, I don't know how I'd feel that day. I might have to go out and make a special T-shirt for myself. Or Iowa State's, correct. Or Iowa State's. There we go. They're showing Nebraska sitting at Hoiberg's basement, waiting for the selection committee to make those choices. Some of these coaches, they have some pretty cool setups at their house for watching film and setups. There was a time where I once had an opportunity to go over. I mean, it was just CU's women's basketball coach, her house out in Broomfield, Colorado once. I got invited to a party there, and it was cool. They had like stadium or theater seating set up in the basement, full bar behind that, huge screen going on there with the projection. They had all kinds of like a full refrigerator. They had like the pool table, everything. And I guess like they would come, and that's, other than watching film at the school, the coach would have parties over at the house for the team, and they would come over there and watch film, or in this case, watch for the selection committee. So that was actually kind of cool to see. So, yep. And right here, Redcast is chiming in. Good. We're not in 8 or 9 in Brooklyn. Any questions? I mean, it's commercial going on the TV. If you can see it behind me, if you're just listening in, sorry, I'm not doing a whole lot of talking. If anybody wants to talk about baseball's win over Nichols, or the fact that we are now, I believe, 13-5 on the season. Tony, I'm not shocked about Northwestern at all. The Big Ten gets a lot of respect in basketball. They had a pretty good net this year, and they're also in the Big Ten, and that's just kind of the way it goes sometimes with these conferences. Is it's not like sometimes it's your overall record. It's where you play and who you play. So I mean, that's it's kind of where things are going to have to lay with some of these bigger conferences. I will say this though, is that they definitely were a bubble team, I think. So you're correct in that aspect of it, but it makes you wonder too, because there was some of these bigger conferences with upsets at the top, like Iowa State beating Houston. That was that was kind of a little bit of a shocker, I think, yesterday that a lot of people had. But Iowa State as a 2 seed, they were 6 overall in net. So, that's not too surprising either. That pretty much holds up right where it needed to be. Teams like Wisconsin are sitting at 18 in net, Illinois at 15 in net. So there's a lot of Big Ten teams. Michigan State's at 24 somehow. I guess they just have a lot of really good losses. My TV is way ahead of yours, Greg. Yeah. That's because I have aloe fiber. And while my TV boxes themselves are wireless, I am on a gig internet at my house on Allo at home, so it's always going to be a little bit faster than most people's, especially here in Greeley, where we've got the newest and best. It's still showing Nebraska at 33 nets, so we're still looking good there. I'm looking for Northwestern. I can't remember where they were in the net specifically because 50 go. Makes sense. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not that surprised. Again, Houston, the number 1 overall seed in the South region, and that's out in Memphis, and they're going to be playing, Longwood. If somebody here could tell me where Longwood University or Longwood State or whatever that is, and who their mascot is, then that would be wonderful, because I don't even think I ever heard of Longwood, and this is a family show, so I won't make too many jokes. Yeah, Greg, I have Hulu is what I usually run, but for sports and TV shows that I want to watch more up to that. Look at that. Nebraska's an 8 seed in Memphis playing Texas A&M. What do you know? Of course. The committee has a sense of that's the one matchup I didn't want. I wanted no drama, no controversy, nothing along those lines. And here we go. At least now we know where Nebraska is an 8 seed in the South region playing in Memphis against Texas A&M. And then, of course, they stick Wisconsin right there in the same bracket as a 5 seed ahead of us, even though we finished ahead of them in the Big Ten. We beat them. Hey, no big deal. They'll be playing the 12 seed. James Madison. That's a team that you better watch out for. They're 31-3. So Wisconsin right now is going into this tournament 3-8, I believe it is, in their last 11 games or something like that. Not exactly the best team coming into the tournament. So to give them a 5 seed and play a team like James Madison, I'm pretty sure that's the committee saying hey, we respect you, but prove it. That's kind of where it's going. Duke at a 4 seed. Love to see it. Duke again this year. I don't care who you are, but gotta hate Duke. They're playing Vermont at the 13 seed. Vermont again can be a tough out as well. Sorry, I'm just trying to go here. Texas Tech at the 6 line. I still can't get over the fact that they actually went ahead and put Nebraska at the 8-9 against Texas A&M. Those guys, they will have a sense of humor, although I'm not laughing. That's not the kind of dad joke that I was expecting. I'm sure the guys at No Block, No Rock, though, are super happy. They've been advocating for it forever, and so there you go. Let's go out there and just beat the shit out of Trev Albert's new school and just show him up. I think that's probably the best way we're gonna have to go about this. And I'm trying to see here how many miles it is from Lincoln, Nebraska to Memphis, Tennessee, for all of you looking to make the road trip. So let's see, Lincoln, Nebraska. Let's see here to Memphis. Real riveting stuff going on here right now. Let's see. That's a 9-hour and 47-minute drive. So get in your cars, spin it down. Let's see what could go. 12 beating a 5 is pretty common. All 4 happen. Yeah, you're right. It is very, very common. That's why I think that they did that to Wisconsin. I think that, like I said, it's a prove it game where they kind of want to see some of those upsets, and I'll probably take James Madison over Wisconsin in my bracket personally. Chucky doesn't look super happy. Well, you know what? It's pretty good seeing Boise State and Colorado. Well, what? So Boise State and Colorado are in the play-in game. I'm not quite sure. I'll definitely be rooting for Boise State in that one. Mountain West territory up here in northern Colorado for me. Waiting to see if Colorado State gets into the game as a bubble team. Boise State is in. I'm guessing Colorado State is probably going to be in. So that's another one here at the Redcast. Producer Skip, CSU alum, really pulling for him. We will be watching March Madness here in Colorado, out in Denver, out at Redcast Dave's house Thursday and Friday. I'm going to try to make both days. We'll see how things at work go, but I'll definitely be down there on Friday, hanging out with Honky and Dave and Skip and watching a bunch of the games and a whole big group of us. It's an annual tradition that we do. Last year, it was actually today that we were watching all of those games together because the tournament was on St. Patty's Day, but for some reason it's pushed back a week this year. Not quite sure why, but I'm sure they'll be going to commercial here really soon, and I can't really hear exactly what it is that these guys are saying. Quite frankly, I don't even know why I have my headphones on because I got nobody else to talk to in here, so probably just hearing the sound of my own voice, which a lot of people who know me would tell you that I really do love to hear the sound of my own voice, especially after a few drinks and I can't stop talking. All right, looks like they're going to be going to commercials. So if there's any questions or comments, or again, up at the top of the comments here, if anybody is interested in joining us here, I'll post the link again in the comments. If anybody wants to join us, jump on, be a guest of the Redcast. Come on here. We can talk some Husker basketball. I can get your thoughts on how you're feeling about, where Nebraska's seated as an 8 seed playing against Texas A&M because the committee obviously has a sixth sense of irony there. So not sixth sense, but sixth sense. So yeah, I'm just looking at some of the comments from some of the text threads, comments, things like that people are making, and it's a storylines sometimes that they think that they really need to put out there, and it's as if yeah, we get the 1 seed in the second round if they don't get defeated. Hey, that's happened before. It's happened before. But first of all, let's go out there and win our first round game, and that's against Texas A&M. I'm not sure how that matchup is going to look. I can honestly say I've not watched a single game of Texas A&M. Well, I don't really watch Texas A&M for anything. Don't really care. Never really thought to myself like, hey, Texas A&M would be a fun game to watch. I just I'll have to look that up before the game, and maybe on this week's show I'll have a little bit more. But obviously, we know what the actual storyline that the committee is looking for there is, and that's pretty much what we're gonna have to deal with here. Somehow my TV in the back too decided to shut down, so that's really good timing right there, and that's not even my internet because I would have. I don't even know what that means. Texas, what? Do I suppose Trev will be there? If he is, I'm sure that they will show him on TV, probably over under. I I don't know. I'd say that they show him more than they show Taylor Swift at a Chiefs game. How's that? And if they really wanted to mess with us, they would interview him mid-game, and that would be yeah. There's so many words that I want to use, but again, this is a family show. How I'm feeling about the committee right now. I'm still not quite sure what any of this means, Greg. So if maybe your typing didn't type out right, or if you're just an AI bot that got on there, cool. But maybe you tried to post a link or something. It just didn't come through. Sorry, looking to see if maybe they did that. Looking through here to see if I missed any questions. And sometimes I was really hoping Boomer would join me, so I wasn't just talking to myself. But that's fine. I can deal with it. One of the things too is to make sure that you look out the Redcast. We always end up doing a bracket where we have. I have somewhere around here. I got an entire bag of pipeline jerky. There's no way I'm going to be eating all of it. I bought one of the big packs of it, so I'll probably put together some kind of like Redcast gift basket for the winner of our bracket challenge this year. I try to always do something like that for these. Looks like the Midwest region, Purdue is the number 1 seed. Regardless of their loss yesterday, it'll tell you a lot about how they do these seedings and where they actually have these people prior to the actual tournaments finishing up, especially with the Big Ten tournament finishing up on Sunday. I guarantee you, outside of like a few spots here or there, most of these things are already decided. Montana State is on the 16 line with Grambling State. Montana State, Big Sky. That's a big thing around here in Greeley, Colorado, because that's the same conference that the University of Northern Colorado Bears are in. So that's going to tell you right there that there is not going to be any at-large seeds from the Big Sky right now. So Utah State and TCU. Utah State's at an 8 seed. So still kind of got hopes up here to see Colorado State thrown in there somewhere. Looks like Gonzaga's at a 5 seed. Gonzaga's an interesting team for me this year too, because generally they're a team that's talked about a lot throughout the season. They're 25-7, and yet I haven't really heard much about them. McNeese, there you go. They're playing Gonzaga. They're 30-3, a 30-win team. McNeese is. So that's an interesting matchup as well. Something to keep an eye on. There's another one of your 12-5 matchups. Again, a lot of 12 seeds upset 5 seeds in this tournament. So I think that that's intentional by the committee. They put together certain teams play. Again, they're always looking for some kind of a drama or matchup situation going on there. Kansas is a 4 seed. They aren't exactly up to what we're used to be doing. I mean, when's the last time that Nebraska had more wins in a season at the end of the season than Kansas did? So, and they're playing Samford, and there's their whole team, and some lady standing up at the top of the building filming behind them. I don't know why that's what I noticed, but it is. I know, like I said, this is riveting. I just thought it'd be fun to come on here and go live while I watch the selection committee make their decisions. Again, South Carolina is a 6 seed. This is the part of it that I really like too, is when a lot of these teams, they find out that they're in the tournament. They're playing Oregon. Oregon's going to be a tough out for anybody this year as well. If you follow the Pac-12 at all, a lot of people say Pac-12 is having a down year. Generally, whenever UCLA is not a very good team, that's what they say. There you go. Creighton is a 3 seed. Congratulations to all of you J-Skers out there. And they're playing Akron, a team that actually just got in today. As a matter of fact, is an auto bid by winning the AAC tournament. The AAC tournament champion. I believe this is their first tournament appearance since 1977, which is a pretty cool storyline there as well. Colorado State's a playing game on coming up, so they'll be playing on like a day night against Virginia, and then if they were to go on and win that game, it looks like they'll be playing Texas out in Charlotte, North Carolina. So producer Skip, there's your storyline right there. They've got to win a game to get to the dance. So I may be waiting for some of that. I think had they won or made a little bit closer the other night, I don't know how they figured that one out, but Colorado State's been a bubble team, officially off the bubble and in the tournament, just playing in there. So watching a video right now of some of the Huskers' reaction to having to play Texas A&M, and Cale Jacobson just laughing, thinking it's kind of hilarious. I don't know how I feel about it yet. You know what? I'll wake up this weekend or this week and think about it when I need to. I think that's going to be the one thing for me. All right, like I said too, there's I'll post it again. If anybody wants to join me, come and hang out while you watch the end of this. I don't know how long I'm going to stick around here, but feel free to come on in and join me. I know that Boomer had said he might be able to make it. I know for a fact Dave and Honky aren't going to be able to. So my question is, which 15 seed is going to be the one that beats the 2 seed this year in the first round? I haven't seen the West region yet, and that's probably coming up after the next. All right, well, they're headed back off to commercial, so I'm just looking at first rounds here because there's going to be so many upsets. If anybody remembers last year's bracket, I think my bracket was completely blown up by the end of day 2. Granted, I had Arizona winning all of it. I always have brackets where I have Arizona winning everything. It's been almost 30 years since Arizona won their championship, and here I am, typical Nebraska fan living in the past. So that'll be something. They just always seem to have a good team, and they always seem to find a way to epically blow an opportunity, like losing to Princeton last year, I believe it was. So one of those Ivy League schools that do nothing but pick and rolls all day long and constant movement around the ball. Marquette and Tennessee should be fine versus 15s. Yeah, I think so too. But, all of a sudden it's not. Will I pick them in my bracket? Probably. But what'll happen is that Arizona will end up as a 2 seed, and then they'll get picked, and then everyone will just take that as your 15-2 upset. And I'm probably just sit in a corner, curl up and cry. It'll be interesting though. Texas A&M. Let's see if I can find anything here. I know I can. I got, the entire world of knowledge at my hands, and I'm just doing this by myself, so I don't really give a shit too much, honestly. I'm not going to be posting this online for a podcast or anything because nobody wants to hear me ramble on. But looking at everything going on with them, A&M finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th in the SEC this year. 2014, 10-5 at home, 6-6 away. I'd have to look at their whole schedule here and just kind of see where they're at. course, this website's not letting me click on any links or anything like that. Oh God, this whole 12thman.com. Yeah, seeing it's yeah, flights to Memphis. Probably not that bad. Let's see here. Up and down year. Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. I agree. I'm just trying to get more of a overall view going on here from what they did, because honestly, like I said, I have no interest in Texas A&M anything. So, I mean, they already have men's basketball playing. That's pretty funny. They already have us have them playing Nebraska. They've already thrown that up there on their own schedule. I can't seem to find anything online that is there. There you go. Their schedule. Let's see, they beat Ohio State earlier this year. They started out really 5, 6, 7. And then it just looks like at one point they went on a 1-2-5 game losing streak. Then they won 1-2-5 games in a row, then lost to Florida. So there you go. A lot of Big Ten teams by a good margin. Good wins over Florida and Kentucky. Yeah, I'm looking here. They beat Ohio State, Penn State. I mean, Ohio State was only a 7-point win. Penn State was an 8-point win. So I mean, good margin, less than 10. I mean, that's, a couple of free throws at the end of the game on fouls when the team's coming up. They did beat Iowa State early on in the year. They lost to Houston by 4. So there you go. There's that good loss that they had. Lost to Kentucky, or no, they beat Kentucky in overtime at home. Lost to Kentucky by 10. They play Kentucky twice or at home, because both of them say versus here. Oh, I see. That's the tournament. So okay, just looking here because they were the home team, quote unquote, and they beat Kentucky both times. So there you go. And Kentucky's number 6 overall. All right, here we go. North Carolina, Howard Wagner on the 16 seed. Mississippi State, Michigan State is in as a 9 seed. So there you go. All those great losses that they had. St. Mary's, another team that seems to be an annual team into the tournament, sticking Michigan State and St. Mary's in the same bracket is interesting at that. So it does look like Arizona is going to be the 2 seed in the West. And they're going to be playing New Mexico, who was the runner-up in. Oh, I'm sorry. They won the Mountain West as an 11 seed. That's interesting. Baylor's going to be a tough out for this tournament. Watching them play a bunch this year. Seemed like they were always on TV for some reason. Yeah, Dayton 24-7 again, and they're playing Nevada. So there you go. They've got 2 Mountain West teams in the same bracket. So there's popping confetti while they get announced, and then obviously Arizona will be the 2 seed here. And let's see, are they going to end up making them play the Ivy League team again this year? Nope, Long Beach State. There you go. There you go, Long Beach State, Arizona. So that wraps up pretty much all of the selection committee's picks right there. It was kind of a crazy season that Nebraska had this year with, struggling on the road, one loss at home. Now they're in the tournament, and of course they match them up with Texas A&M. So, I will see you guys this week when we do this. I'd like to thank everyone that joined us. It looks like, 657. A lot of people watching today to see me do pretty much nothing but sit here and ramble on. So this is going to be quite a good tournament. All right. Again, keep an eye out for the Redcast bracket that we will be putting out here soon, within probably the next 24 hours. I'll make sure Dave gets on that. He's generally in charge of those kind of things. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for coming out today. And thank you for joining the Go Big Redcast.